Hi guys. So we'll wait for a minute because people usually jump in when it's live. It's like, oh, it was live, and then they all start coming. So I've been on meds for a couple days, steroids. So I'm driving my old lady crazy, and I can't sit still. I've been working real hard, guys, real hard, trying to get things ready because the next 2 weeks are going to be crazy. But I always thought about this about Bad Idea Comics, and it's starting to I'm starting to see it more and more. You know, why the company exists. And I'm going to share my conspiracy theory with you guys. I just want to wait for a couple more people to come in. But I hope everyone's doing well. This should be an interesting video. I'm going to talk light because my voice is gone. The meds are working. My ears are starting to work a little bit better. And, of course, I'm roided out, so I want to be with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I think that's probably besides information, the most important thing for me is connection with you guys, whether you connect with me or not. I like to talk to you, so I would really like that you guys to talk to me back. But I'm going to go through a couple things I want to talk about Bad Idea Comics, give you some examples, and tell you what I think the real meaning of the comic book publisher Bad Idea Comics is there. And I'm going to say I don't think it's for making comics. So let's start, I guess. There's about 20 people in here. People catch it on the rewind. I don't want it to be super long. Okay, let's start off with the beginning of Bad Idea Comics. It was this exclusive, chaotic thing where you have to go to the store and you have to pre-order and order all of it, and only certain stores are in it, and you can't sell it online, and you have to sell it for cover price, and if you break the rules, you're out, and they're going to make a big publicity stunt of you. That's the whole thing. So it started to click. It's about publicity. It's about nothing else. Because then I'm going to tell you why. This is a movie-making business. This is what it is. I truly doubt it's about making comics. Don't get me wrong. The comics are great. You say to yourself, I even say to myself, how are they making money? They're not. They've made it so exclusive and difficult to get that the aftermarket's the only place where money is to be made. So why would they do it, right? Because the paper is so great. I don't have an example here, but the quality is so good. The stories are different, but they're not really new. And we'll get to that. But making it so difficult creates a hype, just like Berserker. Okay? I think that Boom is doing the same thing. They're copying the strategy of Bad Ideas in a way to hype what will eventually be a movie. Okay? So let me give you an example of why I think this is a movie-making business and not a comic book business. Okay? First of all, I'm a disclaimer. I like Bad Idea Comics. Okay? I like them. The quality, the stories are fun, even though some of them don't make any sense. Okay? So, ENIAC number 1. First of all, hard to get all that shit, right? The first print, real pain in the ass, real problems. You had to get it. Creates hype in the media, a constant hype. And if someone breaks the rules, they're getting buried on the media. It's all about hype, okay? ENIAC number 1 is basically, I'll get to you guys in the chat in a minute. Thanks for coming. I just wanted to hang out with you a little bit and let you know my thoughts. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. ENIAC number one is basically our war games from the 80s or whatever. Remember war games with the Mac, the computer that controlled everything? It's the same thing. Or Terminator. So you look at the years, we got war games, and Terminator releases a little bit later. The Terminator franchise lasts forever, right? The thought of AI controlling everything, and they add a little bit of special forces and stuff in there. It's a fun book. It's a fun read. We start there. Number two was Tankers. That one just came out, okay, last month, at the beginning of the month. So Tankers is a story about oil companies basically making a time portal, and what they use it for, so that they can send some mechanized units to go back into the prehistoric age and stop the asteroid from killing off the planet, so there'll be more oil type of thing. Where it falls short is it's fun and it's exciting book and it's quality and all that. Where it falls short is that it doesn't make any sense. You know, like for instance, they stopped the asteroid, which means so many things. Would they disappear instantly because that timeline never? Maybe they could stay in the timeline, but they wouldn't be able to get back through the portal because there would be no portal, right? Because when they go back, there's nothing there. It's just more dinosaurs and they're bigger. So a lot of it doesn't make sense if you're talking about manipulating the past, but the idea is fun, okay? Which could turn into a movie. Now, the new one, I want to show you how more obvious it's getting to me. There's a new book coming out. What reason I'm talking about is because I'm preparing my previous video, right? So there's the next book's coming out. Is called Whalesville. Okay, this comes out in the beginning of the month. Whalesville. Let me read it to you. When young Woway, the seaborn son of a whaling captain, is thrown overboard and swallowed by a whale, he knows his father will relentlessly pursue revenge against the creature that stole away his boy. What he didn't expect, however, is what he's about to find inside the town of Whalesville, a colorful, cobbled-together village inhabited by an astounding collection of talking sea creatures, including a crab, stuff like that. But, okay, so basically it's a world inside a whale. It's a kid's book, okay? Now, somewhere I saw something like, in reading some of it, inspired by, like, the companies that would make, like, all those new digital movies, you know, like the fun animated movies, okay? Yes, it's just a one shot. It's like they're pitching. This is like Lady Mermaid or whatever, or one of these new animated ants or whatever, but you can do it inside a whale, and a whole world inside a whale. Okay. So basically, this is a movie pitching publisher. Every story they have is like a movie pitch. And this all started a couple years back when indies and all these other things started to get picked up as shows. So the owner of Bad Idea, he's a smart guy. He made it limited. He made it high quality. He made it newsworthy. He made it all this shit, right? So that it's constantly talked about. Hype. And even though they're great for us for resale market or whatever like that, I don't think this is a comic book company. I think this is a movie pitch production. Give me your movie stories that could be turned into a movie, and let's pitch the shit, and we'll have all this hype. because I'm a billionaire or millionaire and I don't care, because we'll make people come to us by producing these things. We don't have to pitch movie studios. We are the pitch. We're everywhere. We're media. This is about media and publicity and antics and whatever, because each story has this sort of relationship with something that was either in a movie or could be turned into a movie, either more movie related type of things. So the question is it a bad idea? And the answer is no. It's not. It's freaking brilliant. It could be a great kid's story, someone I say. You know, how many animated movies? That's the biggest market. If you make the kids one-shot book not too dark, fun, and Disney, you can have all these companies. What is it? The companies, Pulsar or whatever. All these anime series. Oh, I want that. That's a fun little 2-hour story. Right? We can make that animated be great. They have the perfect pitch product. They're putting it in a comic book form that's very eye appealing, limited, tough to get, kind of. The second printings are, you can order as many as you want, but the first printing aren't. It creates hype. They're always in the news. This is a movie making machine or a movie pitching machine, whether it gets picked up or not. Now, maybe they didn't realize, okay, because I'm sure this was in their mind, that a pandemic was going to happen, right? Maybe like, shit, well, we got to launch it now anyway. And the pandemic slowed them up. But this is somewhere where the main guy can see a bunch of different stories and say, oh, I'll run with that one. That's a good one. Oh, no, I don't want that one for my line. I want to make my line so exclusive that only the ones that I like will make it out, because it's a potential for a movie deal. Because that's where the money is. Now, hey, I think it's brilliant. Now, I don't really want to talk about Boom too much, but the same shit is happening with Berserker. They already made millions with Keanu. They already knew they were going to make a movie and then an animated series after that. They already knew it was all they knew. So what do you do to continue the hype? You keep doing allocated print runs, because the back end money is more than the front end money, right? Yes, they could print millions of these Berserkers, but they're not. They're making it hard to get. They're causing controversy. You're getting refunds. They're allocated. There's on their 20 millionth printing. The book isn't even out yet. You know, it's like they're already on multiple printings of books that aren't even out. Well, actually, they are now. They're keeping up with that, but it's the same thing. I bet you if I interviewed the guy and I said, dude, you are a movie. This is not about comic books. This is about back-end movie money, hype. He'll break character for a second, and then he'll do his response. But you'll see it in his eyes. I'll never get him. I know some other channels. I don't mind. It's fine. I'm more about the artist and the writer. To me, I love movies. We all love movies, but I like bonding with an artist or a writer. Like tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. my time, we're going to have Zoo Orzu on, and I think Colin Bunn might come for his new book, Shadow Man. I just want to talk to him about their art and the story. That's it. It's not about a movie pitch or anything like that. But I really think Bad Idea is not a comic book publisher. They're pretending to be. And they're doing a great job. I like their shit. I like their stuff. Great. Good on them. But I think it's all about the back end. Everyone likes the back end. Right? So what do you guys think?